Last year, during the time of Prophetic Convocation, I was waiting on my land deal to come through because there was a holdup in the purchase. The owner of the property had approved the purchase, but for some reason it was being held up. It just kept going on day after day after day, and even though my realtor was in contact, we all were conversing about it, it just kept being held up. She hadn't signed the papers and weeks started to pass by, and we were all concerned because she's not signing the papers, but yet she's telling us that everything is good, but weeks still keep passing by and we're not getting the approval purchase. And so while headed to convocation, knowing that it was time to give and sow our first fruits, I was pondering on what I was going to do, how I was going to give during convocation, knowing that I had everything tied up in my real estate purchase. So once I got there, of course, I'm praying, I'm seeking God. Apostles asking about the first fruits. I'm praying and asking God, how much am I going to be able to give? And he gave me a number. He gave me a number. And so when he gave me that number, I said, okay, God, that's what I'm gonna do. I didn't have it at the time, but I said, I'm believing you that I'm giving my first fruit. This is the amount that I'm giving. And I believe that once I obey you in this, I know that things are gonna begin to flow. And so when I left convocation, I got back home that night. Little did I know, I had received a check in the mail. I had an unexpected check in the mail. I opened it up, and it was over $3,000. And so when I looked at it, I was shocked. I started searching, like, can this be real? You know, because it had come, of course, while I was gone. And I called Apostle and let her know, listen, I just got a check, oh my God, unexpected in the mail. So I knew at that moment I was gonna be able to give my first fruit, which was $500, was the biggest amount that I ever had given before that God had told me, but he enabled me to be able to give that. And that was the first thing I did. I released that seed in the ground. And then that next day, I got a call saying that my real estate purchase had been approval. So finally, it came through that week after I sold my seed. It came through and we were happy, ecstatic about it. Yes, it's been almost a year. We're back around to Prophetic Convocation time, and now we have our home. We have our home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths on 2.5 acres of property. We paid less for it than it was originally purchased. We bought it with equity already in it. And so God has truly blessed us with this home purchase, and we're just excited and thankful. And I found out that obedience pays off, and just me seeking God and asking him what to give, because we wasn't given a certain amount, so God led me, and just being obedient to him, then we see the fruits of the obedience. So do it, obey God, and I know God will show up for you just like he showed up for us. Just showed me that God is moving on our behalf when we connect our faith with his will and with his word. And I also believe that God shows us when he's operating through people that he's connected us to as well. So I just saw him being faithful in what he did.
It's time for Prophetic Convocation 2019, hosted by Apostle Dwann Holmes and the prophets of GICMP. This year, special guests are Apostle Kim Daniels, Apostle Brian Meadows, Prophet Tala Price, Prophet Jenny Weaver, and Prophet Renee Jacob will lead us in daily prophetic prayer. Prophetic Convocation 2019, Doubletree Airport Hotel, Jacksonville, Florida. Our theme this year, Processed for His Glory. Register today at propheticconvocation.com or Eventbrite.